This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their products as well as the rest of my gear in the description below.
Hey guys, Fix or Repair Daily Boy here, and welcome back to Dirt Rally 2.0 for another video. In today's video, I'm going to be driving probably one of the most iconic rally cars of all time, and that is the Ford Escort Mark II. Now, I've actually not driven this car that much at all, really, neither in the first Dirt Rally or this one. But whilst I was conducting my usual morning routine of browsing through YouTube and pouring coffee over myself until I feel something, I decided to drop into Yardier's stream, and he had this to say about the Escort.
Holy shit, this car is so much fun. This car is the best in the game. This car is so hard and amazing.
Now, calling this car the best car in the game is a little bit of a bold statement, considering we have cars like the Peugeot 205 T16 and of course the glorious Opel Adam. So to put this inline 4 250 horsepower rear-wheel drive cutie through its paces, I'm going to be tackling one of the longer New Zealand stages, but treating myself this time to a dry stage instead of a wet one. Hopefully I won't ruin the iconic boxy look of this car too much, but wish me luck nonetheless. Luckily for me, RaceNet was feeling generous and I actually managed to get into the stage. That's always a plus. One thing I forgot to mention that I'm going to quickly go through now is that this car is naturally aspirated, meaning we have lots of throttle response and then we have to rev the absolute shit out of it to get any power, which I'll be doing throughout the entirety of the stage. Anyway, co-driver Phil, if you wouldn't mind reading me some notes, that'd be very much appreciated. Build the revs for the start.
3, 2,
it sounds good.
1, go. One right, very long.
All the revs and a bit more there at the start before kind of missing the first right-hander. Balance it in second gear, up to third, and then fourth gear.
30.
Big downshift there from fourth to second gear. Of course, this being an H-pattern gearbox means I have to clutch on the way up and heel and toe on the way down to try and avoid the rear wheels locking without me doing it anyway. Soft on the power through here. Of course, this being a rear-wheel drive car means that it's always pushing from the rear. Good for rotation and getting the car turned around, which of course is good for rally, but there is definitely a limit to that. You don't want to go too far, you'll just end up looping it, which not so good for rally, it turns out. All about trying to get a bit of a momentum through here. Trying to listen to the pace notes as well, because I don't really know this stage that well.
Turn 3 right.
Stuck between second and third there. A bit rough on the outside, you can hear the car picking up the rocks.
Opens long, don't cut, tightens 2.
Easy.
Into cut maybe 4 right.
So yeah, this car has been around in rallying for a very, very long time. They're still raced today, especially in the Irish tarmac rallies. You'll always see a Mark II Escort buzzing around.
Open hairpin right.
And it's great that we have a version of that, of course, in the dirt games. They've been around for such a long time, but the reason why I don't drive them is because
Into 4 left.
they're like a staple. They're everywhere. You drive them when you first get into rally games. I think, yeah, okay, I'll drive something else now. But you kind of forget just how fun they are.
Into turn 2 right.
Every time you come back to them. The quintessential rear-wheel drive rally car.
Opens very long.
Might not be as glamorous as a Stratos, but who cares?
Into 3 right long.
Trying to be easy through here, but this car doesn't really go with easy. It's about throwing the car around, then catching it and balancing on the power. Again, as I said, there's a limit on that. This car is not four-wheel drive, so you can't just yeet it into a corner and expect the power to pull it out.
Into 3 left.
Over the grate.
Don't cut.
Up into fourth gear. Not going to quite get into fifth through there.
Into don't cut.
I think if I knew the stage a bit better, maybe I would, but right now it's just trying to get through the notes.
20.
See a bit of left foot braking coming in as well. You're going to go between right and left foot braking when driving these cars.
Opens over crest.
As a general rule, you use your left foot to brake when you haven't got to change down a gear or do anything with the clutch.
Slow 20.
It means that you can,
Right over crest.
the gap between being on and off throttle is a lot less than having to change your foot over each time. Very small time saves everywhere, adds up, unless you do that and go a bit wide. Or just about managed to save it on the power.
Into 5 left.
Would have been so easy there just to nail the throttle in first gear. You can see how I was being easy on the power just to keep the car sliding the way I wanted it to.
6 right. And 6 left. Into 2
Oh,
right.
that was a quick through there.
Into 2 left. Tightens.
Bit cautious through here on the gears, just trying to slide it through nice and easy. Oh,
Opens over crest.
lucky our car was small there. We just about got under the tree branch.
Into 5 right long.
And I gotta say, this is where these kind of cars is where Dirt Rally 2.0 excels, in my opinion. Now, there have been a couple of issues since the launch, force feedback being one of them, RaceNet being stupid and meaning you have to be online to actually do anything, which is a ridiculous decision in my eyes. But when it all works, and when you crash into banks like that, when it all works, it just feels like a very fun experience. But you kind of expect that for a game that costs 50 quid, don't you? Oh, I went to hit my handbrake there and hit my old mic stand instead. That's not the strat. That's fifth gear, Jimmy. One of the dangers, of course, using an H-pattern gearbox is you sometimes miss a gear. Literally, you go into the wrong gear, which is really quite detrimental on these stages. Never a dull moment driving a car like this. Never a dull moment. I'm already working up a healthy sweat, and we're only 4 minutes in. About halfway through the stage at the moment. One left. Not even sure if these guys have a handbrake or not, but I'm using it. To be honest, you can quite easily give a similar effect to a handbrake just by doing the old Scandi flick. Scandinavian flicks where you turn out of the corner before turning into it. I'll try and demonstrate it at some point. Not up here though. Very useful in the older cars, which aren't quite as responsive, but in the newer cars it will lose you a bit of time, I think. So here, for example, we turn right, then we turn left. I need to go off into the bushes there. I turn a bit too far right, but you get the idea. Try it again here. You can do it, definitely. This car is quite responsive anyway, so you don't really need to do it that much. Sometimes you do it without really realising. Oh god, a bit too enthusiastic there into that set of corners, nearly cost me. Of course, you make a mistake in this, you go off into the hedge, onto the right, into the trees, and there is quite a deceptive drop there, so you go off, you lose a ton of time. Fifth gear for the first time. Slow it down, Jimmy. Slow it down. Wow, I expected to slide a bit there. Got away a bit, it seems. Oh, okay, that was not as tight as I thought it was. Oh, thank you, Phil. Shouting the two left at me. He knows I'm probably going to miss it otherwise. I still nearly missed it. I still nearly missed it. Just grab every bit of braking ability I've got there to slow the car down. Now, whether this car is the best car in Dirt Rally 2.0, I don't know. It's definitely one of the more fun ones. And I know it's a common misconception, but you are allowed to have fun when aiming for simulation. Yeah, that is allowed. As much as you think it might not be. I think a little bit forgiving in some of the slides, but it still teaches you things that you do apply to real-life rear-wheel drive cars, throttle control being most of it. Especially out some of these corners in the lower gears when the wheels are spinning, it's so easy to loop the car around if you just get a little bit happy of that right foot.
Opens into 3 left.
I think the handbrake in this is actually a bit slower. It feels like you just kind of puts the car into a slide which isn't that quick.
Opens.
Easy, easy.
To the crest. Opens along the crest through narrow grid.
Oh, just waiting to get the power down and you're waiting an eternity.
Left of a crest. Into 4 right. Into slow 2 left. Tightens don't cut.
Oh, 2 right.
Into 3.
So out to the left.
Into unseen.
Out to the right, then into the left even. Didn't quite get that right. I had to get pulled off the handbrake just to make that work.
30. Don't cut 5 left.
Fast section. Oh wow, that was lucky there. The car. I thought I was going over the edge, and the car seemed to slow itself down with the lateral side. I thought, oh, just grazed the bank.
Into 2 left. Tightens.
It's all part of my Scandi flick there. All part of it.
Into 1 right. Opens
Easy
to the
now.
crest. Into 3 left.
Oh.
5 right to the crest.
See, I just got in the power just a little bit too heavy there, and the car went to go round. I just about gathered it up, but we lost time.
1 tightens.
Do love the noise of this thing. I know you guys are probably
Into turn.
hating me for speaking over it the entire time, but welcome to the channel.
Left over 40. 5 right to
Oh,
the
that's
crest.
tighter than I thought it was.
Tightens.
The car seems quite forgiving in the slow down slides. You kind of expect to go a bit wide there. Slows down a lot when you're sliding laterally, but
Caution tightens.
apart from that, a hell of a lot of fun.
Opens of a crest. 30.
One more split to go. Long stage this.
Tightens of a crest.
I do like this about Dirt Rally 2.0.
5 right.
It means you have to actually focus on getting through. Driving hard for 8 minutes is a challenge. especially when
Six right of
it's
a
not a
crest
circuit.
line. Into slow turn.
Never changing stage.
Left, don't cut.
Open hairpin left.
Into 6 right of a crest and jump. Slow 20.
There you go.
Open hairpin right.
Power down the hill.
Opens.
Gonna brake just before
Keep right
the
of a
second
30,
bump there.
Crest.
Braking over crest is usually a bad idea. You use a little bit of traction on the surface because you're coming off the ground slightly.
Opens of a crest. Into 3
Oh
left.
man, nearly there.
Opens of a crest.
Come on,
Jump
get that sub 9 minutes maybe.
over finish 60.
Don't get too enthusiastic. And there we go, just over 9 minutes, 8:57.090 in the Ford Escort Mark II. That is a very, very fun car. Whether it's the best car in Dirt Rally 2.0 is completely subjective. For me, the best cars are the Group B cars, but that is a hell of a lot of fun. And I would definitely recommend it if you want to try and get some of the old school experience of rallying. Rear-wheel drive, H-pattern, fantastic. Can't think of anything better. I'm kind of interested to see how bad I did compared to the world. Let's see if I can get the leaderboard up or is racing that going to crap out. Well, there we go, 6th in the world. Didn't really expect that. What I did expect though is that I am half a minute off the fastest time around here. So maybe with a bit more practice I could get within 15 seconds or so, but I don't think I'd shave off half a minute. With my current level of knowledge of this track and this car. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that video. It was a lot of fun to drive. If you did enjoy it, make sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit subscribe and the bell notification icon. That way you'll be made notified of future streams and future videos. Massive thanks to my Patreons and to my sponsors, and of course Jardier for giving me the idea for this video. Take care, have an awesome day. See you all next time.